apartment to get her resources up. She refused. Contact me with her and her dad. They made threats while she was on the phone with me to put me on child support if I refused to pay her bills.
Enjoy the video. Hit the like button.
Brian Hodge and Dominique Calhoun, please unmute and turn on your cameras. Do you both swear the testimony you're about to give will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Ms. Calhoun, can you answer again?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. All right. Looks like I saw you on April 23rd. Y'all, Mr. Hodge requested time to hire counsel. I just glanced and saw there's a counter petition. Do you have an attorney, Mr. Hodge?
I do, but she's not gonna be present, so I'm ready to move forward.
Okay, so we're not moving forward with your counter petition?
Yes, sir, we are.
Okay, Mr. Correa, do we have some agreements?
Your Honor, let me just clarify. I thought we do have a partial agreement. I do think that what was filed was a pro se general denial. I don't know. Let me double check, Your Honor.
No, he filed a counter petition and suit affecting a parent-child relationship, but pro se.
Okay, yes, we do have some agreements then.
Okay.
Understood. Thank you, Your Honor. Let me pull that up and read those agreements into the record, and then I'll check if those are still the agreements of the parties.
All right, Mr. Hodge, you want me to handle your case today, correct?
Correct.
Okay, perfect. Okay, then let's get started here then. Go ahead.
Your Honor, this is a suit affecting the parent-child relationship. Ruth Correa for the Office of the Attorney General. We have reached a partial agreement for medical support to be set at $237. Parties stipulate that neither party has insurance available at a reasonable cost and that government medical should continue to be ordered. Parties are in agreement to a residency restriction to Dallas and contiguous counties for the child's address. Parties stipulate in reported income of $57,435 and that the father should be given credit for one other child. Parties are not in agreement to the child support amount, to the court costs, to the visitation, and to the type of conservatorship. I will now call the mother. Ma'am, can you state your name for the record?
Dominique Calhoun.
And ma'am, can you state the name and age of the child or children in this case?
Age 10, age 7.
And who do those children live with?
They currently reside with me, Dominique Calhoun.
And you do not live with the father, correct?
I do not.
Okay. And ma'am, did you hear the agreements that I read into the record?
I did.
Are those still your agreements?
For the staying on Medicaid, yes.
Okay. And are you in agreement for the children to remain in Dallas and surrounding counties for their address?
Yes, I am.
Okay. And ma'am, the state has calculated child support at $839. Are you in agreement with that? Sorry, I didn't understand you. Can you repeat?
We didn't hear your answer, Ms. Calhoun.
Looks like her audio went out.
Are you able to hear me? Because I still can't.
Now we are. Yeah, now we are.
Okay.
Okay, repeat the question.
Ma'am, the state has calculated child support in the amount of $839. Are you okay with that?
Yes, I am.
And ma'am, are you asking for the standard possession order for visitation?
If that's every other weekend, yes,
Yes. Ma'am, are you asking to be named the sole managing conservator?
I am.
Has there been any family violence?
No,
Okay. And is there any reason to keep your address private from this court record?
there isn't.
Okay. And remind me of the ages of the children again.
Age 10, 7.
And ma'am, when was the last time that the father visited with the children?
He had them on Sunday before I picked them up.
Okay. And
May-
why not joint managing conservatorship?
I already manage everything. I do try to keep him included, but it's up to him to stay involved. But everything is made by me already.
Okay. Ma'am, the state is asking for court costs to be billed to the father. Are you okay with that?
Yes,
I pass this witness. I call the father. Sir, can you state your name for the record?
Brian Hart.
Sir, did you hear the agreements I read into the record earlier?
Yes.
Are those portions still your agreement?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the state has calculated child support at $839, giving you credit for another minor child. Are you in agreement with that?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And what would you like child support to be set at?
Uh, Honestly, $0.
Okay. Why zero?
Yes, because ma'am, I'm the one who provide my kids with everything while they in my care and her care. I pay for their school supplies, school uniforms, pants, shoes, socks. I feed them while they in her care and while they in my care. And also, she just recently came and took the kids from me last year because she was homeless again twice, and I had to take my kids that I've been asking for 2 years to live with me. When she moved away from me, I asked to keep my kids for 2 years. And within those 2 years, she's been homeless and been kicked out of certain individual houses and apartments. And she just recently got another apartment in August, higher than what we agreed to. I asked her to get a one-bedroom apartment to get her resources up. She refused. Contact me with her and her dad. They made threats while she was on the phone with me to put me on child support if I refused to pay her bills. So I take care of my kids. I'm in their school IEP ARD meetings constantly for a whole year by myself. I'm active. I have my kids Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and bring them back to Miss Calhoun Tuesday. Other than that, if they stay longer, it's for her request. I pick my kids up every morning and take them to school 5 days a week for several months until she was able to get a vehicle. Miss Calhoun reached out to me and said, "Yo, I'm in debt. I had to pay my daddy thousands of dollars, and now I got to pay off this new car. I need help." I said, "I refuse to pay your bills. Continue to take care of your kids, then I'll figure it out." And then that's why I disagree.
Okay. Thank you. Sir, would you be in agreement to be joint managing conservator?
I in agreement for that because, like I stated, ma'am, I'm only the one who's in the school, in the physical education program, the mission review dismissal for one of our kids. I'm the only one who the school has a star next by their name. My child have asthma. She do not pick up and answer the phone, so they have to call me first and second, and I'll go and do that. So, as joint management, I've been doing primarily since day one with the school and at home and with homework and etc. So, no, ma'am.
Okay. Sir, I was asking if you wanted joint, not to give the mother sole. That's what I was asking. Um, just to clarify, sir, is it your testimony that you pick up the children every weekend?
Yes, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, they live with me ever
Okay.
since she moved to the apartment. Yes, ma'am.
And how long have you been doing that?
I've been doing it ever since last year. I've been doing it since 2023 of the summer, and then once she got evicted, moved out of May of 24, they lived with me up until August full time before she merged and took them. So I've been doing that for a while. At least I want to say 2 years.
What visitation do you think is appropriate?
I think visitation every day because they will not have a transportation way to school or from school.
And you understand that under the standard possession order, you guys can agree to any type of visitation that you want. The standard possession order is there if you don't agree. Do you understand that?
Yes, now, dude.
Okay. Are you in agreement to pay court cost?
I'll pay the court cost.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to say?
Yes, ma'am. The number that you have for yearly, I was trying to let them know that's incorrect. Is 50,346.40 a year.
Okay. And sir, you understand that the amount that we calculated for your gross, that's before any taxes are taken out. Do you understand that?
Yes, but that's still incorrect.
So is it your testimony that your employer is incorrectly reporting to the state?
Yes, ma'am. Because I'm looking at it right now on my employer website for calculations from the
Okay.
hourly, the week, and the period, and the year.
I pass this witness. I just recall the mother on just visitation.
Okay.
Ma'am, is it true that the children are with the father every weekend?
Yes, they are with him every weekend from Friday to Monday morning when he takes them to school sometimes. However, since I moved out in 2023, the kids have always been in my care. They did not visit him for weekends nor during the week. They have been in my care. When it comes to doctor visits, he's never taken them to doctor visits, dental visits. He's never helped me out with any types of payments for that. When it comes to food, clothes, school items, I've also paid that as well. I also get food for them when they are in his care. When it comes to my kids being sick, they call me. I get off of work 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. I'm at his house to pick them up, take them to the hospital. They stay with me until I take them back, and it's just because I work nights on weekends. During the
Thank
week,
you,
he
ma'am.
does sometimes. Am I allowed to finish?
Yeah, go ahead. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. During the week, he does sometimes take them to school, but that's only on days that I have to work evenings. I mean, on work mornings. His mom does pick them up. She has asked to continue to do that even when I can do so. But she picks them up and she drops them back off at my house. He picks them up from my house. I have them Monday evening all the way up until Friday morning when they are dropped off at his house after school. Now, during when he said I'm homeless, I've never been evicted from an apartment. He kept them for 3 weeks up until I found me a new apartment. The apartment I did have when I
Your
moved out.
Honor, I withdraw my question and I
Okay.
would move to close.
Okay, let me go ahead and make a decision. Now y'all are kind of getting into parts I don't really need to hear about.
Okay.
All right, so the parts y'all agreed to at the beginning, those are fine. Y'all need to work together. There's really no reason why y'all cannot work together and be joint managing conservators. That is not joint custody. That means y'all gonna share in making decisions for your children. And so we need to consult with each other about any issues that you have, like for medical or school decisions. Court calls bill to the father. We're not doing any back child support, so anything that was owed for the past from either one of you is basically zero. So I know y'all are trying to tell me the history to kind of tell me what you think may happen in the future, but just so we understand, we're not doing any back child support from either one of you. So we're both starting off with a zero balance today. All right, so it sounds like Mr. Hodge is doing some extended visits. Every weekend visitation is obviously more than a standard visit. A standard visit is every other weekend. And then if he's helping occasionally during the week, then that kind of tells me that he's doing a little more than what we would consider a regular standard visitation order. So I'm going to lower support to 750 instead of the 839. That'll be the order for child support based on that. Otherwise, standard visitation, but y'all can also agree to something different as well, which is kind of why I lowered that number there because there has been more possession than usual. All right. So that'll be the order of the court. The Attorney General's office will draft an order. All payments have to be paid through the child support office. Beginning in June, any payments paid directly to the mother or children will not count. Anything you buy for the children that aren't part of the child support order are not counted as child support. So just want to be clear that in the future, beginning in June, all payments that you want to be counted have to be paid through the child support office. And so that way we can keep credit to, or keep a tab of what it is that's been paid. All right, that's my ruling. The Attorney General's office will put that in order and email y'all a copy. You're done with court. You can press leave on the Zoom to exit out. Thank you.